Does that tell us a 6% fall in Julius Baer that they weren't prepared for today?
Some of it is. I think it's sell first, ask questions later. I think the stock has had a very good run, perfection basically priced in. I think that the communication from the company suggests that the resignation was abrupt and unexpected. I think that what they've announced so far is a succession plan that's really not pacifying investors, so they're selling.
Deputy Chief Executive Bernard Hodler will step into his shoes for the moment. A big pair of shoes to fill. I mean, this is a man that took over when he's 34. He's the lofty old age of 43. I can say that with a nod and a wink because I'm older. But are they big shoes to fill?
Yeah, he's been there a decade. He's overseen a lot of hiring. He's probably got a lot of loyal staffers and lieutenants who may think about leaving now that he's gone. He also might know where the bodies are buried, if there are bodies, right? I mean, he knows a lot. He's led the strategy. Obviously, Mr. Hodler has been there a long time as well, but there seem to be gaps in the executive bench. Some hires haven't come on board yet. There's just a sense they're on the back foot.
Why would he move? Just been there, done it, 10 years? What do you think's behind the move? Was there nothing left to achieve at Julius Baer?
If you look at his CV, he's quite dependable. He sort of spends about a decade in a leadership role, moves across the street to a Swiss rival. They could have seen this coming.
They really should have seen it coming.
They could have seen it coming. Again, maybe he was just so decided and there was no time to engage with him because apparently he resigned over the weekend, so there might not have been much space to negotiate or try to keep him. But again, you get the feeling that they could have been a bit better prepared.
Yeah.
Is there somebody out there that could join Julius Baer that might be a surprise and, you know, interest the market, pique the market again, if you like?
It's not clear. I mean, there are actually plenty of people inside the organisation too. There's no reason why they couldn't have some key promotions inside the bank. I just think that the communication seems to be engineered around saying, well, we have a deputy, we have people who can lead it in the interim, but we're not willing to say this is a long-term solution. I mean, clearly they've been able to hire people lower down the ladder. It's a very competitive market. They should be giving a more confident sound, a confident vibe, and they're just not doing it.
Is there a need for a change of strategy now, Lionel? Is this the time that Julius Baer needs to maybe tell investors that it's going to do something different? Harris Associates, for example, one of its largest investors, very unhappy with this.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think there's a question around the turn in the economic cycle, because as interest rates get better, if inflation comes back, that should be good for this kind of bank because it allows them to profit a bit more from all of the money that they've been taking in thanks to this revenue growth, thanks to these new hires. So hopefully it doesn't mean some kind of disappointment, some feeling that actually the inflation they've been promising, the returns they've been promising might not come to pass.